9 months ago, I quit my full-time software engineering job. I didn't have anything lined up, and this is exactly what's happened in my life. So I was terrified of not having a job, of being unemployed. That was always a huge fear of mine, and I was stuck on this very safe path. Like, I was making very good money. I was making $150K a year, living in San Diego, California, but really, I was playing it safe. I wasn't taking risks, and deep down, I wasn't happy. Deep down, I knew I wanted to do more with my life, and what I was doing was not living to my full potential. So I was extremely afraid of not having money, not having stability, but honestly, the biggest fear for me was just fear of judgment. I was so afraid of looking stupid to all my coworkers, all my family, my friends, and it was preventing me from really taking the leap. I was so afraid of, what if I do this and I fail? Then I'm gonna look stupid to everybody. And that was holding me back so much more than the money aspect, because I built this identity around software engineering. Like, software engineering is a very respectable field, and everybody knew me as a software engineer. And I didn't know what to think about myself if I wasn't a software engineer anymore. So I knew I had to get over this fear, and I wanted to, so I eventually quit my job. I quit my job and jumped straight into door-to-door sales. I've never done door-to-door sales before. I don't have any sales experience, but deep down, I knew I wanted to push myself socially and try something new. And I was terrified of this. I was terrified that I wasn't gonna make any money, that I was gonna look stupid, but deep down, I knew that I was making the right move here. And I was going into sales with this mentality of, I need to prove everybody wrong. Everybody who's doubting me, I'm going to prove them wrong and show them that I can be successful. And that was my huge driving force in this. It wasn't necessarily that I wanted to do it anymore at that point. It was, I need to prove these people wrong. So I jumped into sales, and it was terrifying. Just knocking on people's doors, getting rejected, getting yelled at, getting cussed out.
3 seconds to understand what the this means.
But the crazy part is, very quickly, your brain just starts to adjust to this. You just rewire your brain. When you push yourself in an uncomfortable situation, over time, your brain adjusts to this and it becomes normal. And that's what happened. Literally within a few months, knocking a stranger's door, getting rejected, it just became normal to me. And eventually I realized that this isn't what I wanted to do long term. And so I quit and I started doing content creation. I'd never posted a video of myself speaking online before. I was always terrified of playing online games because I was scared of talking to people, because I had severe social anxiety growing up. And this was something deep down that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to share my experience online on social media with people, but I was always too scared to do it. So I knew that if I keep pushing myself out of my comfort zone, I'm eventually going to overcome this fear and I'm gonna grow from it. So I jumped straight into content creation and challenged myself with a 90-day posting challenge. Today, I'm gonna be starting a challenge where I'm gonna be creating one piece of content every day for the next 90 days. Every day, I needed to post one video. Didn't matter how bad it was, how much I hated it, I was doing it. And that's where we lead to today. It's 90 days already, and I've already finished the challenge, and I've overcome my fear of posting online. I'm able to record videos just fine, and I don't have a huge following yet. My YouTube is doing really, it's very slow right now. My Instagram is starting to gain traction, but I very quickly gone from being afraid of talking on camera to being just it feels very normal to me. Like, my brain has just adjusted to this through progressive overload and just slowly pushing myself a little bit more every day. And if you guys out there, if you have social anxiety, or you're scared of taking risks in your life, you're scared of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, there's things that you're afraid of, you don't have to go from 0 to 100 immediately. Just piece by piece, week by week, slowly start to push yourself, and eventually you're gonna slowly rewire your brain to do whatever it is that you're afraid of. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this channel. And for me, I've been talking about social anxiety and trying to share my experience of overcoming it in order to help other people. But one thing that I've realized is I'm still afraid. I've been talking about it instead of actually going out and doing what I've been telling people to do. And this is something that's been eating at me, and I've been afraid to do it, but I know I need to get out there and start creating video footage for you guys of me talking to people and doing things that get out of my comfort zone. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for these next 90 days. For the next 90 days, I am recording one video every week of me going out and doing some kind of social challenge, because there's things that I want to do in my life that I'm still afraid to do. So for me, honestly, I'm scared of recording myself in public. I'm scared of talking on camera when there's other people around. And it's crazy because I've been recording videos for 90 days, but really all of my videos are recorded in private. I don't actually go out in public and be observed by everybody else. That sounds scary to me, but I know I need to get over it. And it makes me nervous, but at the same time, I'm very excited to start going through this. And this is gonna be super beneficial for you guys, because you're gonna see firsthand what happens when you start pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and how you can progressively overload your fears that you're afraid of and slowly start to get over them. I have some big goals for later in this challenge, and the goals scare me because right now it's way out of my comfort zone, but I know as I go through each week, it's going to get easier and easier until I see these things that are way in the future as completely attainable. Again, my name is Matthew, I'm 29 years old, and I overcame severe social anxiety. If you want to hear more of my story and how I'm overcoming it, then subscribe, because I'm posting every week, and I will see you guys in the next video.